the MLB. No, not Major League Bowling. We're talking about Major League Baseball in 2025. Welcome to the Triple Take. I'm Manny.
I'm Frank.
My name is Joseph.
And welcome back for his second episode. Bryan is here yet again, SSJKillerBee.
What's up, my peoples?
Hey, yo.
We appreciate the fact that he's here for another baseball one. We're going to get him on a different one. Don't worry. It'll happen.
He's a versatile man.
He knows all aspects of the game.
You know, I do a little bit of everything. I dabble.
Either way,
I dabble.
there's been about 10 games as of time of recording. What? No, sorry. There's been about like 15 games.
About to say, it was way more than 10.
There's been about like 15, 16 games at the time of recording.
We were looking at the standings, like, no, you know, wait, that's 10.
And so far, we've seen some surprising things out there. Like, the first thing I want to talk about.
Wait, can I say it?
Go ahead.
I can't believe the Mets are doing good.
In
the beginning.
That wasn't what I was going to bring up because I didn't want to sound like a biased fan.
No, but I brought it up for you because it's amazing.
But it's really good to see the Mets finally have a good start to a season because, you know, coming off of last year being 0-5.
Bro.
Last place. No hope.
No
people
hope.
No people in the stands.
Nobody in the stands.
Some guy who disrespected us, throwing his glove out.
Wait, I haven't really been watching the Mets game that often. Like, because I got you for that. So I watched the other ones.
I got you for that.
Yeah, I know Manny's going to watch those, so I don't need to, like, really watch them. But, like, in the beginning, they were, like when you showed me the standings and, like, they weren't doing that bad. They were, like, what, like, 6-3?
Yes, like 6-3, 6-2 to start the season.
Yeah, like that. And I'm just like, dang, since then, they only lost, like, twice.
Yeah.
And they're 11-5.
They're the only team, fun fact, they're the only team in MLB to not suffer back-to-back losses.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, yo, it looks like they went on a pretty good win streak.
But the sad thing is, here's the unfortunate news, is we signed a guy for 15 years, $765 million. I'm wearing his shirt as we speak. And he has not been the Juan Soto that I know from other teams across the street. And it's been kind of disappointing that our best player has been the polar bear.
It's almost like the less money you get paid, the better you do.
Shout out Jackson Merrill.
Sometimes you lose your investment.
No, well, hopefully not. I'm stuck with this guy for 15 years.
I'm not gonna lie. When they first signed them, that's the first thing I thought. I was like,
I'm
I
stuck
hope
with
he does
him
good.
for 15 years. He's been disappointing, but he hasn't been horrible, if that makes sense.
So the amount of money invested in him
He's not living up to it.
Okay, that's what I wanted to confirm.
He's not living up to it right now. But like, remember, it's early. As Bryan said, it's early. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this as calmly as possible. He went on New York Post and said it's different. It's definitely different because he's not batting like the person after him isn't the best hitter in baseball. That's what he said.
So who was after him in the Yankees?
Judge.
Oh, damn. That's crazy.
So now he's being pitched
That's what
differently.
I thought, but I was like, dang.
Now, since he's being pitched differently because Aaron Judge is not there, he's using that as an excuse of why he's not hitting.
I mean, he's not wrong, but
You're not wrong. That's not the excuse you make.
It's definitely different the way he says, but I think he's just trying to give himself some time to adjust.
Okay.
I think that's
So
what he's trying
here's
to
the
say.
problem. You go back in free agency where this man said he's the best hitter in baseball. You can't say that. You can't follow up with that comment.
Oh, okay. Like, it contradicts it.
You just make yourself look like like that's what you make yourself look like.
Unfortunately, the amount of money he's getting paid, you can't say that, bro.
You can't.
You can't.
And the
say
worst
it.
part is that Pete Alonso is in the top 5 in OBP, which is on base percentage.
The man said, I never want to be in that position again where I have to take the crumbs.
And that's what he's been doing. And he's been the best hitter on the Mets.
Bro, I'm telling you.
One of the best hitters in the National League right now.
Bro, he's a workhorse, bro.
No,
like,
he's
a
well,
workhorse.
that is his production is going up because obviously Vladimir Guerrero signed a 14-year, $500 million extension. So now, yeah, that's a lot of money, Joseph. That's a lot of money.
No,
Well, what I need to do, it's really
no,
not.
I'll get into the kicker.
500.
I'll get into the kicker later.
500 millones.
I'll get into the kicker later. Since he's now off the market, Pete Alonso becomes the first baseman that everybody's looking for. So why would
Wait,
you?
how long did they sign him for the Mets again?
They only signed him for 2 years.
What? Oh, this man's gonna go crazy, bro.
He wants the money.
This man's gonna go crazy. I ain't gonna lie. He probably is gonna leave the Mets. I think that's my prediction in 2 years. He's gonna leave the Mets.
Don't do that.
Leave the Mets. You know what? I'm gonna throw a curveball. He's gonna go to the Cardinals. The Cardinals.
Because they're red.
But either way,
No, my
opposite color?
justification from last episode.
from one side of New York to the other side of New York, Brian, you tell me, how's the Yankees?
They're very middle, in my opinion. Very mid. Like, we have games where we look like the best team offensively, and then there's the next game where I'm like, man, these guys just don't know what they're doing. It looks bad.
Sounds like the Yankees.
And our pitching is worse because we lost 3 of our main guys. Cole's out for the season. Luis Gil, which was our baby Cole in the first half of the last year, he's gone. He's hurt for I think the first half. And Clark Schmidt, which was our third, fourth pitcher, but now we were using our fifth, sixth, seventh backup pitchers. So that's really been Max Fried has been the one shining light in the starting rotation. But that's pretty much it for them.
It's crazy to think that obviously I love baseball, so I keep up with every team, and I'm in a fantasy league, so I have no choice.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I was like, you say the real reason.
But it's crazy to think because you go out, you get Bellinger, you go out, you get Paul Goldschmidt,
Bro.
and they're not even the people that are helping Judge. It's Trent Grisham and Ben Wright.
And let me tell you something though. It's almost like New York is interconnected on both sides of the street, my brother. It's the less you get paid, the better you do.
Well, the thing is with the Mets is the fact that we're having the opposite problem as the Yankees. Our pitching is first in everything.
No, I'm not talking about
Except
pitching. I'm
bullpen.
talking about batting, because your star batting guys aren't really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is their main problem right now with the Yankees is the fact that the pitching isn't healthy.
I mean, when is it? I've yet to remember the last time I was just like, you know what, our pitching is great. Never.
It's tough.
Andy Pettit days, maybe.
It's been a while.
It's been a really long time.
Whoa. Say that name one more time.
Andy Pettit.
Andy Pettit, yeah.
Okay.
It's spelled petite, but it's Pettit.
Oh
okay.
no, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted you to spell it.
No.
Spelling bee.
It's spelled a little different from petite,
So
but
I just want to think
ahead.
about this.
Go
Right,
think
going more towards Bryan, because last time, from what I understood, the Yankees were very sub mid, and now you're describing them like a stale cracker. You could still have a stale cracker, but are they getting better? Is it still the management or the players?
Well, the management ain't changed. So that's just, it is what it is.
Okay, so they give their players pizza parties. Okay.
The players,
Participation trophy.
the offense, I feel like has more length than last year. Last year it was the top 3 in the lineup. Or Glaber lead off, Soto, Judge. That was really the only thing. This year I feel like with the pieces we got, with the guys stepping up, like Ben Rice, which I've always been a Ben Rice believer.
me too.
I love everything about him.
He loves arroz con habichuela, bro.
Ben Arroz. He's
Arroz.
honorary Dominican. He's invited to the cookout.
He's invited to the
1000%.
cookout.
So I feel like there's more length. It's just, again, the pitching that's killing us right now.
And the
always
thing
the
about
case,
the
bro.
Yankees management, you have to give them credit where credit is due.
The
They
pizza
lost.
party?
No. I'm saying in terms of
The pizza
they
party?
lost Juan Soto and replaced him with Cody Bellinger, Paul Goldschmidt. They did their job
But you know
in
what it
terms
feels
of
like?
replacing what they lost.
You know what it feels like?
So the
If-
bare minimum.
No, not the
No,
bare
no,
minimum.
no.
Not the bare
They're
minimum.
better than that.
They did
Okay.
better than anybody could have predicted.
But the point is, honestly, my viewpoint is that the bare minimum to me was signing Juan Soto. That's the bare minimum, right? They lost that, right? Because they got outbid at that. And then
No, they
honestly,
didn't.
and honestly,
They didn't.
No, I'm saying like they in the beginning we were getting outbid, but at the end of the day, we really figured out he just didn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah, it's more
just
of
didn't
it's
want
more
to
of
be
he
there anymore.
wanted to be the star of the team.
Yeah.
and
That's
you're
what I
not
think,
getting
yeah.
that when Aaron Judge is there.
Yeah, no, he thought he might be able to steal the show, but he forgot it wasn't a video game. But anyway,
No, you're clever. You're clever.
The thing is, he can still have a great season on the Mets once it's all said and done, and have a great career with the Mets. You could have stayed on the Yankees. Judge is so quiet. He's not like a I'm the guy type of guy. You know what I mean?
A good comparison to him in a different sport would be like a Kawhi Leonard type of leader.
Yeah, like Judge.
Well, that's a
by
great
example,
comparison, actually.
Judge
Great comparison.
just
I did
plays
not
the
understand.
game, and he's in the top 2 player in the game, but he lets his work speak. Soto can do all the flashy stuff, the Soto shuffle, and he will be loved in New York. Either New York, he will be loved. Doesn't matter. But you take what you take.
He's just a dynamic guy. Like people ever since the Soto shuffle.
I think he turns it around. I think he's gonna be an all-star this year. I think he's gonna be a great player.
100%.
He has the skills to pay the bills.
I'm not gonna lie. Like when he said he's the best batter in the MLB, like you can't like really argue much about that.
Real quick, I wanna just say this. When he said that, you know what that reminded me of? When we first got Francisco Lindor.
I was just about to say that.
Because Francisco Lindor, when he came into New York, he was the most cocky, arrogant SOB in the planet.
Can I be honest though? I feel like he was good.
Now, he was great.
He was great. But
in
like
Cleveland, he was amazing.
I felt like he wasn't good enough to say that.
Exactly.
Like Juan Soto was good enough to say that.
No,
though.
he's not, because you're not
batting wise. Yes.
No, because there is somebody now that you know what, you make a good transition. There is somebody else that you are forgetting about that is in the MLB. That man is Shohei Ohtani. That is the best hitter in baseball, hands down. It's not even a question. That Shohei Ohtani is the best thing in MLB.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I'm looking beyond like I understand why you say that, but when it comes to the way Juan Soto, like me looking at me, a guy that played baseball, right? I'm looking at Juan Soto's at-bats, the way he works the count, the way he's 0-2, like so much, but then he brings it to 3-2. He's so patient. He's just different when it comes to batting. Like he has things that other players don't really possess. He has just like it's things you can't track. It's something you have to just look at and see. That's why I say like the way like he reminds me of David Ortiz. Like he's there when he bats. You just like he's a presence of just like when you need him to hit, he's gonna hit the ball.
I'm gonna disagree with the. I like the whole sentence. I like the whole thing.
When I
you
said I compare him to David Ortiz,
the David
Why?
Ortiz comparison is
Why?
the one that's a little bit.
Why?
Because David Ortiz was a free swinger. He was a free swinger.
No, you're not thinking about the aspect. I'm talking about the presence. Like I'm talking about like the kind of confidence he has on the plate. Like when he's in the
Saying
batter's box.
confidence, in my opinion, when the confidence comes into play, he reminds me of, because I've seen the highlights. Obviously, I wasn't born around that time, but I've just seen, because he's my favorite player of all time, Ken Griffey Jr. That presence, when you step up to the plate. When he stepped up to the plate, it was more of this pitcher knows what he's getting into if he throws something in the wrong spot.
That to me, that's David Ortiz.
That's
David Ortiz.
Agree to disagree. We'll agree to disagree.
What do you think? What do you think, Bryan?
I think pure hitting ability, it's hard to match anybody with Soto. Just there's so many different types of hitters. This man could hit it out, but he could also slap it the other way. His eye is immaculate. Like his hitting ability is second to none, but it's just every team and everybody's a little bit different in how they like their approach. Like Judge is gonna hit tanks. That's what he's gonna do. And then he does hit for around 280 to 300, which is pretty good for a slugger in this day and age. Soto should be hitting like 320 with a little less power. That's where you want Soto to be, and then the on base is gonna be there.
I agree. But from New York, at the end of the day, there's only one team to beat, and that's the Dodgers. And they only got better, but there's something of a shining light that I feel is in that NL West, and that is the San Diego Padres. They look like they are ready to dethrone the Dodgers in that division.
If I'm being honest, bro, that division is the most skewed division in the whole MLB.
Do you think it's the best division in baseball?
Yes.
After looking at the standings and where everything is,
What do you mean by the best?
so the best would say this is why it's hard
because
to
they have the
define.
Rockies.
It's hard to define.
That's a big minus.
Because in my opinion, it's not the best. I think the AL East is the best.
Okay, so
division
you mean
baseball.
how close it is?
And how many teams could go far?
Okay, then yeah, I agree. I agree.
The NL West is comparable to the NL East because the NL East has the Phillies, the Mets, the Braves. Granted, the Braves have not been great right now.
Like
we could talk about that.
We like what you're saying about the AL East. We assumed was gonna be the NL East.
Yeah. Well, no. because the Marlins and the Nationals are nowhere near Blue Jays or Orioles or even Tampa. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I'm talking about like there are 5 teams in those divisions. There are 5 teams that I could say each
you're
one of
right.
these could make a playoff push. That's why I think that's just me. In the NL West, it's a 3-team race right now. Same as the NL East. It's a 3-team race. Well, it's a 2-team race right now, but it's
Nah, AL East is a lot closer, bro.
yeah, because it's super close. That's
But
what
like,
I call.
when you look at the NL West, bro, like it's not even close. Like
no,
like,
it's just
like, it's
Dodgers,
just like-
Padres, Giants, the rest.
Like the Diamondbacks are like barely keeping their head above water. Like it's still a good like record right now. And then you have the Rockets, which are just like non-existent. You get surprised when they win. Back when the Tigers were terrible.
You want to know a fun fact about the Rockies?
What?
Their fans, and I don't condone this at all, and I don't think this is funny, but they sent out death threats to Chris Bryant because of how bad he's been. And
Dang, I didn't know Rockies fans were like this.
apparently so. This made news like because
That's wild,
Chris
bro.
Bryant finally said like I guess he had enough of it, and he said that he's been receiving death threats for like over a year and some change now.
A year?
Yeah.
And
because-
some change.
and some change.
Dang, bro. The change has value.
But but either way, it's like to see that Rockies organization like fall apart. I honestly think that like the Rockies this year might be the White Sox of last year. And that's a sad thing to do.
I'm not gonna lie, it's looking like it though. Like obviously they could turn it around. It's still early, but
Of course.
Bro.
And they have the
surprised they
better
were doing
players
this bad.
to do so.
Oh yeah, 100%.
'Cause
Like I was not.
I love who they got in terms of like Ryan McMahon. I've always loved Ryan McMahon.
Nah, yeah, facts.
I loved Ezekiel Tovar. I like him too. That's about it.
Brandon Doyle.
Brent, no, he's a hit or miss, dude.
Brandon Doyle.
I'm not gonna lie, he screwed me in fantasy, so I'm mad at him. He's on my Manny.
Not even real.
He's on my Manny hit list,
It's real to
bro.
us.
You know what's crazy? Like
It's real to us.
like
That's
most of
some BS.
speaking about
You
it's
got
not
money
even,
on the line?
Of course, I got money.
Then
on the
it's
line.
real.
It's
Yeah, that's
real.
like what, 3 Marvel skins? Yeah. Okay.
No, it's way more than that.
Way more than that?
The league I'm in, it's way more.
bro.
than
It's a whole year's worth of games.
that. Facts.
Yeah, it's like 70 for us. It's 75 a person.
Many will not disclose the amount of money.
I will not be disclosing the amount of money but it is higher.
It's a lot more.
But when it comes to like you saying it's not real, the funny thing about that is like us liking Ryan McMahon. A big part of that reason is because we liked using them in MLB The Show.
Indeed.
And this man
Indeed.
just took our teams to the max.
This man's swing in MLB The Show,
Amazing.
unmatched.
I will never forget that. That was the GOAT.
I was just playing Battle Royale last night, and I had drafted him, and he's like a silver. Tanks.
Tanks.
Swing is so fire, bro.
But
I kept him on this team as long as possible.
I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to talk about this. Like this was my most wanted talked about subject on this MLB podcast. Is Mike Trout is back. I am so
Yes, sir.
freaking happy he's back. I am.
Yes,
I know
sir.
Frank's still upset at you, Mike.
I'm not upset at you, man.
You did him dirty in fantasy.
It's okay. Like, you know, I just tossed all my eggs in the basket. I threw all my marbles and bet it on you, man, and you let me down. But it's okay because you're one of the best players to ever grace the field, and I'm glad you're back.
I said this a million times, and I'll say it a million more. In the Mount Rushmore, in my eyes, how they put Babe Ruth up there, Mike Trout is right there with like the Ken Griffey Juniors of the world, in my opinion. That's just me. I love Mike Trout. I've always
I
loved
can't
him.
argue with that, bro, honestly.
I've always loved him. It's sad that he like hasn't been able to show what he's capable of doing in the playoffs
Bro.
because of the teams that he's with.
Team?
No, teams, because there were like what 8 different iterations that they tried to do with him.
I
and-
thought he meant like when he like as if he left the team, but okay, that makes sense.
Nah, like I'm just happy. I'm happy to see he's back. And I hope he stays healthy the rest of the way. Because that division that he's in, the Astros look like doo-doo.
Bro, surprisingly. I mean, actually not surprisingly.
Ooh, Astros.
Not
No, the
surprisingly.
Astros suck. If you're an Astros fan and you're listening to
Astros.
this, you suck.
I don't care.
I don't like the Astros either.
No, sir.
The Athletics, they're not doing anything. Let's be real.
That's a team.
And
they're now in Las Vegas.
Oakland.
No,
Oh, yeah,
no,
facts.
not yet.
You're right.
Not yet.
Well, their jerseys say it.
They're transitioning, but yeah.
I thought they already had
they're
it.
like in Sacramento or something.
Yeah, they're in Sacramento.
Oh, while they're like
they're playing like a minor league field
because their field is being built or whatever.
I don't even know what's happening.
I don't know. Like, I forgot.
I've heard so many different things.
Yeah, politics over there is nuts for that stadium.
It's starting to get like some barriers.
Yes,
that's crazy.
Apparently, like
that makes sense though.
I don't either the mayor or governor, I forget. Somebody from there was like, we don't want them.
What? How you gonna be like?
Can you?
Because you need to get approval from
Look,
them.
I'm not gonna lie. Can you blame them? When has the Athletics been relevant?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. What since
Moneyball.
what?
I didn't.
To
be fair,
that's when they were
To be
relevant.
fair,
You know why?
Nah. I think
I knew a good number of names of like teams. I didn't know Athletics was one.
I know.
You see, look at that.
I know you wouldn't.
It's crazy because
It's like
they
saying
used to have
it's a
Matt
sports
Olson.
game. It's a sports team, and their team's just named Athlete. That's how I'm understanding it.
Wow, that is so disrespectful.
that's
That's
wild.
crazy.
It's not disrespect. It's
Like,
the truth.
I think the last time it was even relevant, to me, was
When's the last time they exist?
Third baseman. What's his
Matt
name?
Chapman.
Yeah, Matt Chapman was on
Bro,
the team.
before that, Donaldson.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Donaldson was there.
Donaldson. They had Matt Olson.
That was a crazy team, bro.
That's crazy.
They had
to
Frankie
think.
Montas in his prime.
Bro, crazy team.
Sean Manaea in his prime. They were good.
They were good, bro.
They just kept falling short.
Yep.
And now they just blew it up.
But the crazy thing is now you got a bunch of kids, and these kids are good.
That's why I was hoping for like a really hot start because they have a lot of names on there that I like.
Yeah, his name is Tyler
Soderstrom.
Yeah, Soderstrom.
Yep.
Dude's leading the league in home runs.
9 home runs.
I know, Justin. These names are like what?
It was like, am I in the video
Okay,
game?
look, when you said Mike Trout, all I heard was bloop 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 bloop.
Oh yeah, he doesn't know who Mike Trout is.
It's a fish.
It's a fish. But either way, this dude's leading the league in home runs. I honestly believe that he's gonna be their all-star, and he's the one that's gonna take them. Maybe get some superstars to come to the Athletics to give them a try.
It's all about consistency.
Well, like they signed some people this past offseason.
You stole Severino from the Mets.
No.
You caca hits.
No. You saw Severino's interview?
What? No, I didn't.
No, I
see it.
didn't.
They asked him about the Mets, and he was willing to take less money to stay with them, and they didn't want to give him what he was asking for.
All right, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that now our pitching staff consists of a bunch of BUMSs. Bums.
So New York can't pitch. Got it.
No, and the worst part is they're actually pitching really great.
I know.
I shouldn't be saying that,
I know.
considering the fact that one of the Yankees relievers is now our
That's
top tier starters.
crazy to
Bro,
me.
can I be honest?
That is
Can I be
crazy to
honest?
me.
That hurt more than Juan Soto
No,
to me.
like no.
That hurt more than Juan Soto to me.
Soto hurt my bank account.
Because I personally think, I know that I'm contradicting my point.
Joseph's paying taxes on Juan Soto.
I know I'm contradicting my point from earlier, but I just feel like Juan Soto's overhyped as a baseball player, in my opinion.
Ooh.
I just think he is.
Is he overhyped? Is he,
I think he's
I don't
overhyped.
think he's over. I think his pay is.
his pays.
He's getting paid more than Shohei Ohtani, and Shohei Ohtani does.
Shohei
pitches.
Ohtani is the best player in
Yeah.
in MLB in general.
Like you comparing him to Francisco Lindor makes the most sense to me.
What bothers me, and like granted, I'm not obviously a sports person by any, but if you're getting paid an absorbent amount of money,
$765 million.
if you're basically
800
getting
with
paid 73% of $1 billion,
Not the quick
ain't
maths.
no way.
Quick maths.
This
Like, if you're in
this
that
man did the
position-
math on his
If
computer.
you're in that position, no, I didn't.
No, he didn't. That's what I'm saying.
Quantum mechanics, I could do math.
Quick maths.
Oh my god, Iron Man.
Thank you. But ain't no way
Joseph
that
Stark.
you're at that level
This is
in
Tony
that
Stank.
spotlight.
Let him finish his damn point, bro. Let him finish his point. I said it for him.
Ain't no way you're at that position to say you're the best in whatever your sport is and not be humble that you're in that position. Confidence is one thing. Cockiness, you ain't worth the pay.
That's true. I agree.
And remember, he's in a market that has fans that are fickle, in my opinion.
I think so.
New York fans will turn on you on a dime.
I'm about to say, especially in New York. Especially in New York, bro.
Because ain't no way. I'm going to use Juan Soto as an example. Imagine taking your girl, your significant other out for dinner at a nice place, and you take that first bite, and it's trash. And you're spending how much money on this date?
Been there.
Been there. Nah, man. It's nothing like an overhyped restaurant.
So we talked about some ups. Let's talk about some lows. I asked this question to Bryan before. Do you think the Atlanta Braves should start hitting the panic button?
Nah, I don't think so.
No.
It's too early?
I think it's too early. They got Strider coming back. They got Acuna coming back. They've kind of been getting slowly. They've been going in the right direction. It's still not where you want them to be, but they got to kind of pick it up soon because the division is really good.
Yeah.
2 other teams are really good, and they can separate themselves quick.
I believe the most underrated team is the Nationals because they got a lot of kids that are true hitters.
They're balling right now. James Wood, scary.
I got them on fantasy. Trust me, I know.
Scary. CJ Abrams, good.
The thing with the Braves is, this is my panic button moment. It was when Profar got suspended for PEDs. That was your biggest signing of the offseason.
That guy's an idiot, dude.
And now PEDs, dude. Come on,
bro,
man.
bro, if y'all don't know, Manny does not like those.
Dude, I can't stand when
I don't think anybody
can't
does, but
stand
Manny is like-
when somebody gets caught for PEDs. Granted, there are probably a bunch of players in the league
What
that
does that
haven't
mean?
gotten caught. Steroids.
Oh, okay.
Performance-enhancing drugs.
I understand.
Yes.
There are a bunch of players that have probably are probably doing it now and haven't gotten caught. But one of my biggest pet peeves is doing steroids, bro. You gotta be kidding me. We're not in 2001 where it was just normal.
And needed
And
to save the game.
to me, if you're doing steroids, it's comparable to being the 2019, 2020, 2021 Houston Astros.
2017.
2017, didn't they get caught? And
They got exposed in 2019, but it was for the 2017 season.
all right, there you go.
Where they beat the Dodgers and the Yankees.
Bro.
You stole a World Series ring from you guys.
You
yes.
stole an MVP from Judge.
I ain't gonna lie, that
Has
whole
he gotten
season.
one?
Judge?
Yeah, he's gotten one.
He got
right?
2, but
got
he should have 3. He had 50 home runs as a rookie. And he lost all 2 because
Which
he
is
lost
insane,
he lost
by
to
the
Altuve
way.
because Altuve had 200 plus hits. That's it.
No, you say that's it, but that's a lot.
Dude, crash out. It's okay.
Do you want me to?
Crash,
Yeah,
crash out,
bro.
crash out,
Bro,
crash out.
whenever I see this graphic come up on my feeds randomly, it just makes me so mad. Judge led in way to run creators plus, all the big stats.
Yeah, WRC plus.
OPS, RBIs, runs. Judge had more strikeouts. He was a rookie, but he broke the rookie home run record. Altuve just had more hits. He was hitting like crazy.
Oh, I know which graphic you're talking about, but it's
Bro.
literally side to side.
Yeah, side to side. It shows all the green is what that person leads in, and Judge had
Everything.
8 out of 11 things green.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. Bro.
I'm like, yeah.
He had more hits and he had a high average. And on a cheating season where you had your whole team, even if they say oh, Altuve didn't do it, your team benefited from it. You have more people on base. You have more opportunities to at bat because you have more people getting on in front of you. So you're going to get more at bats a game if the people in front of you are hitting. It doesn't matter if you didn't personally do it. You knew what was going on and the team benefited from it. So you benefited from it.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that excuse of, oh, Altuve didn't do it. If you willingly knew that your team was cheating,
Which I don't believe. I think he did it. But
come on.
Let's
be real.
That one when he didn't want to take his shirt off, he ran to the dugout 2 seasons after the 2017 season. They hit a walk-off, and he was running third. He's like, don't rip off the shirt, telling them when he was running to home. Goes into the dugout, changes. And that's when they thought that they had buzzers or something on there. It was never proven, but I'm like, bro, that's just suspicious. Why would you not? And he was like, oh, it's because there was a tattoo that my wife didn't like. I'm like, what? Bro, all right, we don't need to talk about this. Y'all boy about to get me hot in here.
It's, I don't know. How are you gonna, it's one thing if you do drugs, by all means, do what you do. But if you're
We do not condone the
We do
use
not
of drugs.
condone that.
I know, we don't condone it.
I said, drug. We do not condone
It's not
the use of
condoned,
drugs.
but if you're gonna do it, shouldn't. But if you're in sports, ain't no way. Presumably, you're doing so much work to put yourself in this position to compete in the big leagues.
Yeah.
Right. And you got to imagine the level of desperation to resort to some drugs. And I would imagine, because ain't no way no player, at least the way I'm imagining it, is just I'm going to do this so I could win. No, that has to tear themselves apart to their core. Being like, oh, this is my dream to be a baseball player, but I got to be desperate enough to take these drugs to continue. Ain't no way. That has to be a detriment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, like, I mean, there's a lot of pressures, like, being a professional baseball player, because if you don't produce, you're gone. You're just gone.
Yeah.
But that's life. Survival.
I know, but
fittest.
it's just like...
in sports,
But they got no backup plan.
Sports in general, I believe that it goes football. Football's probably the hardest one to like
100%.
consistently stay in the pros.
Oh, I mean, with all them concussions, yeah.
No, it's not that. It's because they don't have a...
They don't have like a minor league system.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's only just NFL. That's it.
That's
There's
it.
no stepping stone.
You could go to the XFL with The Rock.
Yeah, but that wasn't around until like recently, anyways. So I don't even count that.
And then for basketball, you have the G League. That's their minor league. Like,
It's probably
and
like
it's
the second
hard
hardest.
to get out of that.
it's hard to get out of the G League.
That's like the
Like,
second
very
hardest.
rarely you see like guys make it from the G League.
Because they look at it as like a different, like they look at it as NFL and XFL kind of, where like they want to sell tickets for the G League as well, so they keep them there.
Whereas baseball, you have a minor league system.
It's a really
And
good
there's
one,
three
honestly.
levels to that minor league system.
And then there's sub levels
Exactly.
to I think the low A.
It's a really good minor league system, honestly.
In terms of baseball, if you're not producing in the pros and you get sent down to the minors, you have just as big of a obstacle to overcome to get back to the pros. And once you're out, that does horrible things to your confidence. I've seen baseball players, kids, like talented kids, go higher than they were supposed to. They get thrown into the spotlight and they crash and they don't make it up.
Yeah, that's why teams' worst fear is bringing someone up too early.
You give the kid millions, you tout him as one of the greats, and then he doesn't produce. It does horrible things to their mental. But I got two questions for you guys. Will the Dodgers break the regular season record held by the 1906 Cubs and the 2001 Mariners of winning more than 116 games?
No.
No,
I don't think so.
I'm a generational hater.
I mean, I'm not. It's not because I'm hating. I just don't think they can do it.
You know what's the worst part is like I don't hate the players. I hate the Dodgers.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, because like I love Mookie, I love Shohei,
Love Freddie.
Nah, bro. When we were talking about the Braves earlier, I just always think about, man, what if Freddie stayed every time?
Oh my god.
Every time, bro. That team would be so crazy, bro.
But they did him dirty, so you know.
No, they
got what
didn't. No, they
deserve.
didn't. Remember, they didn't. It was his agent that did him dirty.
Oh well, either way.
His agent didn't tell him the deal that the Braves were offering him on purpose, so he would go to the Dodgers.
So if memory serves me correct, last time we did this episode,
bro.
the Dodgers were doing very good, right?
The Dodgers won the World Series.
Okay, so they were doing great, right? The way I'm feeling it, too much positive energy was spent last year. They ain't hitting it this year.
Thing is, the thing behind that statement is the fact that they got better.
yeah, like a lot better.
They got better.
Which we were
Doesn't mean,
hoping
just because you got better doesn't mean you're gonna hit the milestone.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which is true. That's a very fair point. Which is why I'm saying that they're not.
So some people in the baseball world argue.
Unless we're talking about a matter of $20, that's a different story.
My thinking behind them not is because I believe the Padres are real deal.
Oh, you think they're gonna
what I'm
be
saying.
the reason they don't get
They've
it?
always I know last season and maybe the one before they've whooped the Dodgers head to head.
It's just when
Which
it
is
comes
crazy
down to
to
the
me.
playoffs, they just can't finish the
Yeah,
job.
they just can't, like the Phillies.
Facts.
They'll probably get close.
But then again,
but they're not gonna finish.
Screw the Phillies.
I like a sandwich.
I like the Phillies.
I don't like Philly. I don't like Bryce Harper. I think he's another arrogant SOB. He always comes up
I
with,
used
as
to
a
think
cocky
that.
dude.
Yo, Bryan really.
I
does-
used to
think
hate
that.
Bryce Harper.
He
Now he's one of my favorite players, I think.
He's a good player, bro.
You see delusion, confusion, manipulation.
Nah, he's a
brainwash.
really good player, honestly.
That was a lot of words. That was a lot
He was
of
a
shuns.
kid. He was growing up. He fought Jonathan Papelbon in the dugout.
Hold on.
Technically, he didn't.
He fought Hunter Strickland. Got decked in the mouth.
Technically, he didn't do anything in both those fights.
That's my
He
favorite
just ate
part
it.
of sports.
He probably said
No.
something.
He got Hunter Strickland with a good right hand.
I know, but Hunter Strickland hit him first.
Oh yeah, no.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
And it was very visible when he hit
No,
him.
no. I mean, at that time, I think everybody agreed he had a punchable face. I think it's the way he was, and like they just didn't like it. I was like, I mean, I don't blame him, but you just can't do that.
It's just the Phillies like fans that ruin Philly for me, and that's just in all sports. That's in every sport.
I mean, yeah, I
The
can't argue
Philly
with that.
fans are literally Dallas Cowboy fans. You're the same person. I don't like.
Just different
I don't want to say hate. Hate is a strong word. I do not like
The way you go about things.
the way you say every year you're going to win it all. You haven't won in 16 years. Like, it's annoying.
That's more than half of my lifetime.
The only Philadelphia fans I don't like are the 76ers.
Oh, my God.
That's it.
Don't get me started.
Don't get me started.
Don't get me started.
Get me
That's
started.
a team.
But
Like, I can respect. The closest one I can respect is the Eagles fans. They shut their mouths. Like, they're not
They
that
also
bad.
won, so
That's true.
No, I'm saying even when they don't win,
Yeah.
they're not like
They be
they're not
chilling.
like, oh, we're gonna win it all, blah 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 blah. Like,
see, I have a lot of
humble
I have a
about it, I
lot
agree.
of Eagles fans that are friends. That is not true. But I like
Thank God I haven't met them.
I like to push their buttons though, so I do it to myself.
but Philly fans and 76ers fans, bro, you and me are not friends. You and me are not friends.
I have a coworker. He's an Eagles fan. Trust and believe, you called out every Sunday, every single Sunday.
For 17 weeks, well, actually 23 weeks straight.
Damn near.
Wow. Yeah, dedication. I'm a Giants fan. I don't have nothing to look forward to.
Yeah, he left me alone every morning. I felt it.
But yeah, I don't think the Dodgers are gonna break the record.
I don't think they
The
will.
league is too good, like all around.
I
They're
think
close, but they won't get it.
I think because they face the Yankees, the Mets, they face the Phillies. They face the Phillies whooped them when they actually played earlier in the season. And they're going to be facing the Padres. They're going to be facing the Giants. There's no way they break the record.
I feel like the National League as a whole is just way stronger than the American League, so they have a lot more, like, obviously they have like the greatest team ever assembled.
Yeah.
It's like the Avengers.
No, it is.
But the competition is harder on their side. And you know baseball. Baseball's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if you have all those good
Yeah.
people, it's harder to win
Nothing's guaranteed.
consistently.
Nothing's guaranteed in baseball. And my other question is, will the White Sox win more than 41 games?
I'm taking the over.
Oh, he's taking the
Yeah,
over.
I'm taking the
over.
I'm taking the over too. I don't think it's gonna be that bad.
They can't break their own record.
Nah, bro. I really hope they don't.
The
bro.
It'd be crazy if the Rockies
Break
if that
their
record gets breaking 2 seasons in a row, I might lose my mind.
I might have to buy a baseball team.
Yo, Rockies, you selling? That's crazy.
Joseph, will the Rockies win more than 41 games?
Well, I mean, if I said the Dodgers ain't winning, sure.
They're gonna win. They're gonna win more than 41 games.
They'll
I
at least
pray-
win 42.
You know, for Chicago White Sox
42.
fans, I pray to God
Nah, that's
they win
almost
more
worse.
than 41 games. They can't. They
Yeah,
can't do that again.
That fan base is about to going through it already. They need a little bit of a sliver of hope.
They're about to become the Blood Sox.
That's technically
That's the
That's
Red
Red
Sox.
Sox.
I mean, I'm aware.
So, real quick, Captain America. Speaking of Aaron Judge, Aaron Judge was named the captain of America for the World Baseball Classic. Real quick, what do we think?
Well deserved.
Well deserved. As a Yankee fan and as a rooter for the Dominican team, it does nothing for me.
Yeah.
It grows the game, which that's fine. I love it. And good for Judge because he's been like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to do it. Cool. Let's win the championship.
Don't worry about that right now, buddy.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Joseph, what do you think about the new Captain America?
I don't think he could score up with the Red Hulk.
I don't know.
don't
You've seen
think
that
he can.
MLB anime. Judge be hitting tanks. You know?
Yeah, and Red Hulk be throwing helicopters, my dude. Throwing tanks. He could throw a real tank.
As a Mets fan,
Judge will hit it
I'm going to
out.
say this. That's a good one.
You're not coming back.
As a Mets fan, I'm going to say this. I'm super happy he is the captain.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
it's
it's
well
great.
deserved,
Oh, yeah.
honestly.
Honestly, after they named him, I was like, honestly, I can't think of anybody better.
I mean, to be fair, after the reaming he had last year, good for him.
No, 100%.
I'm surprised you remembered that. But I was thinking the same
Look
thing.
at you.
Look at me editing the episodes. That's every episode I hear like 5 times.
But yeah, no, it's facts. Like he brings up a good point. Like he was the choke artist.
That picture is never leaving my
bro,
brain.
Judge the Pudge, bro. It's
You know-
it's not as bad. It's not as bad as the missed ground ball at first base or the missed
Judge the
pop up at
Pudge.
second base.
Yeah, bro.
It's not as bad as that.
There.
It's
Mets
not as
history.
bad as that.
Judge the
But
smudge.
it's
would've
something people will remember for a long time.
That's why
I think that fueled him more this season. He looks so locked in.
Bro.
Well,
What scares me for the Classic is the time that they play. Usually that's like spring training time. Judges always have terrible spring trainings. Granted, he's probably like, getting his timing down, but you gotta have to do that earlier if you're gonna compete in the Classic.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how that goes for him.
Let's hope it doesn't get it.
I don't want the narrative of like this guy sucks and like to further the narrative of him
that he's
suck-
not good in the big moment.
Yeah.
It's humbling. It's a humbling experience if you're in the moment and you fumble. Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he would be more locked in, and it shows that even if you screw up, you could still persevere. But at the same time, with any sport, with anything in life, really, you fumble once, you're gonna get shot down.
I mean, he handled it well. He's a humble guy.
He's a humble guy.
He handled it really well.
Look, I don't like the Yankees because I'm a Mets fan. Yankee hate is forced with Mets fans, but I don't mind the Yankees. I actually love Aaron Judge. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know how you can. I don't know how you can.
When
hate
they
Aaron Judge,
they say all rise for the Judge, brother, I'm rising. That's all I got.
I don't know how you can hate him, bro. Honestly, I don't know how you can say that.
Guilty.
He just says the right thing. Nice, humble guy. Spoken highly of by a lot of people in the league, not just the Yankees. Like people that he's met through the All-Star. Like he's a big reason Goldschmidt's on the team because they had a relationship before. So like it's hard to hate that guy. And then on the field, he's like the greatest hitter ever.
See, that...
Bro,
there's that balance of presentation of character and actual athletic performance that I would say those are the qualities that justify 73% of a billion.
Yeah.
Which is
In my
Shohei Ohtani.
opinion.
Which is Shohei Ohtani.
If there's anything he does, it's sell.
And not speak
Sell a
English.
lot.
Shohei's the only one that's worth that money.
Yeah, 100%.
And he's only getting paid $2 million a year.
That's because he's a smart man.
Yeah, I mean, again, I was in Japan. He's everywhere. He's getting money. Don't worry.
No, I know that.
Oh no.
So
100%.
that you're saying that's his island.
No, 100%.
Yo, 100%.
They don't have.
He's the great. He will go down as the greatest athlete to come out of Japan.
Bro, he's the All Might of Japan. Well, he's All Might. That's it. I forgot. I was in Japan.
He's the number one hero.
Bro, I saw him on so many billboards and ads and everything, dude. Everywhere. Like it became like a joke that me and my girlfriend would do when we were there. Like, oh look, who's that? Shohei. Everywhere.
Otani-san.
Otani-san.
Otani-sama.
A lot of jerseys. Oh, there was a lot of really nice the Tokyo series like special jerseys.
Bro, I
Yeah.
wanted those. Why didn't you tell me? You'd be like, yo, Frank, you want one? I would've been like,
Well,
yeah.
no, I didn't see any to buy. I saw people wearing them.
Oh, that's crazy.
And like the hats.
Those are sold out.
Yeah,
Frank.
they were.
them?
I tried to get one before I went.
But now it's time for predictions. We will do the individual awards first because I think those are really like easier to do. Then we'll do the team ones. We'll start off with the NL and AL Cy Young. My pick for AL Cy Young, I'm gonna go Tarek Skubal wins it again. I'm gonna call in a back-to-back.
I'm calling a back-to-back.
I'm
Early
calling a
predictions.
back-to-back.
There's nobody else that stands out right now except for him.
Franklin,
Honestly, bro, I have not been keeping up with pitchers.
call a back-to-back.
Sure. Back to back.
Back-to-back.
Skubal's
Joseph
raw, so-
agrees. Back-to-back.
No,
No, you don't.
no,
Who's
because
gonna
there
win?
should be someone's gonna fumble every year.
Now when it comes to Cy Youngs, it's usually pretty dominant.
I mean, to be fair,
Shout
I
out
don't even
to
know
Rob.
what I'm talking about here,
No.
and I'm just gonna disagree.
He's just gonna disagree. Okay.
Doesn't have a choice. Just disagrees.
For NL Cy Young,
Shut up, Brian.
for NL Cy Young, I'm calling it right now. Paul Skinny Jeans.
Paul Skinny.
I was gonna say that too.
That's his legal name.
Yeah, no,
No,
his name is Paul Skeens.
I'm sorry. I forgot you weren't a baseball.
I'm not
fan
gonna
for a
lie.
second.
I wasn't a Paul Skeens hater. I was just like, I think this guy might be a little bit too overhyped. But then I saw him, I was like, okay.
I'll never forget when Frank said that this man was an industry plant.
He was. I thought he was an industry plant. I'm like, bro, like, why is he giving him so many accolades? Like, they never readily give this away, even if they are good.
He's got it like that.
So
He
now
got that motion.
I'm
He
gonna
got
say
that
my
raw.
AL and NL MVP just in tandem. I got Bobby Witt Jr. winning AL MVP, and I got for the NL, I have Pete Alonso.
Oh, God, what a biased man.
I have Pete Alonso.
Oh,
I have him justifying earning more than Vladimir Guerrero Jr. this season. I have it. That's just my take.
That's a crazy take. I mean, it's not out of the realm. He definitely could do it.
I looked up the odds. He's plus 5,000. But either way, those are my picks for MVP.
I think for me, it's going to be the very obvious
Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge. Until they don't do it, like you have to expect that they're going to do it.
Yeah,
one
You know
A
what?
and one B.
Hey, man, I shot for the stars, dude. And on top of that, I do think Bobby Witt Jr. is actually going to win AL MVP.
He can. If Judge wasn't there, he would have probably won over Soto still.
And for NL, I think, barring the fact that I think that Pete's going to win, my other choice would have been Ellie De La Cruz.
That's a good little wild card. I like that.
I think Ellie still needs more time.
Yeah.
He definitely got the stuff to do it. So I'm just gonna pick Shohei Ohtani. Because like I'm trying to think of someone else. Like I'm just like I just can't think of it. The only way is if he gets injured.
I think voter fatigue is gonna set in. That's one of the main reasons I think. That
he's too.
I don't think
popular.
so because they meat ride him so much in the MLB.
That's what I think.
Did
about
you see
Juan
that
Soto,
post?
If I'm being
Yes.
honest.
Where they lost 16-0, and then it was like, oh, I wonder what the highlight is. The first highlight is Shohei Ohtani leadoff single. They lost 16-0 to the Cubs, and the number one highlight was a Shohei Ohtani single.
I ain't gonna lie, that's wild. But I'm gonna say Shohei Ohtani for the NL and Aaron Judge for the AL.
You can't go wrong.
Pinocchio.
Don't worry. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with going with the obvious answer.
Judge would have probably had a third one, if he didn't get hurt 2-3 seasons ago. He missed I think almost 2 months, and he hit 43 home runs.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like I can't think of anybody that stands out enough.
I agree.
Bobby Witt would be the close one.
Like Bobby Witt Jr. Like I'm when I think NL, I think
The
Bobby
AL.
Witt Jr. I think
The AL.
I'm sorry, the AL. I think Bobby Witt Jr.
Gunnar Henderson.
Gunnar Henderson. What is Vlad?
Vladdy's been good.
Because Blue Jays always confuses me because it's in Canada and I get confused that it's in American League. So it's just like it doesn't make sense to me because it's in Canada. But either way, yeah, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
I just feel like overall the AL is just
Willie
a
Adames.
weaker.
Willie Adames is on the Giants.
That's what I'm saying for now. Like I think Willie Adames, but like he's just not. He's like what's it called from the Diamondbacks? Your favorite switch hitter.
Ketel.
Ketel Marte. It's
That's
like
my
the
guy.
same. Like
Most
like,
underrated
I'm changing
player.
my pick. I'm changing my pick. Just kidding.
like he's really good, but like MVP though is just
Hey,
like
I think he had top 3 last year.
I know, but it's just like he just doesn't. It's just because of show.
It literally went Ohtani, Lindor, Marte.
And Ketel gets.
I'm surprised you didn't pick Lindor.
Ketel always
No,
gets hurt.
he won't do it.
Ketel always gets hurt. I always have him on my fantasy team, and I expect he's hurt right now. Speaking of,
He felt some type of way when he said that.
Ketel signs an extension with the Diamondbacks, right? This season, hamstring injury. Jackson Merrill signs an extension, hamstring injury. I have them both on my team.
Sounds like you need to be a better manager.
Sounds like nasty work.
Don't make me mad.
like-
Someone said that to me in our league.
Get good.
Joseph, MVPs. Who's your MVP?
Pizza party from the Yankees.
I love me
The
some-
Mets mascot and the Yankees mascot.
Yankees
1v1.
Yankees don't have a mascot.
I know. It's the cat that always goes.
Their
into the
mascot
field.
is a bald white man.
Well, technically,
Brett Gardner.
Wilson Fisk?
Wilson Fisk.
Technically, their mascot is Aaron Judge.
America?
Yeah, Captain
Basically.
America. You
'Cause, like,
say
not-
his
not-
name right. Captain America.
face.
He's the face of the team. That's why.
He died.
That's why I say that.
Fighting the Red Hulk.
So their mascot is technically a section in the stands.
I don't know. It's not like I did enough research to know. So even though I've been very hostile to him today, I'm going to agree with Brian.
Aaron Judge.
Hey, man, I'm shooting for the stars, dude. All right, real quick. Each division winner. Look at it, Joseph. You tell me who you want. No wrong answers. Except I will laugh if you give me the wrong answer. NL East, who's winning? We'll go Brian, Frank, Manny, Joseph.
Mets.
I'm going Braves.
I'm going the Phillies.
I was gonna say the Phillies, but I want to go for the underdog.
I'm going the Phillies.
I like the Braves, man. I like the Braves.
The Mets always have like a little month and a half where they're sluggish, and I think that's going to cost them the division.
Because I'm hearing your dad in the back of my head. You better pick the Mets. So the Mets.
Oh, well. Sorry, father. National League Central. Who wins?
Cubs.
I say the Brewers.
Ooh,
Good pick.
I got the Reds.
I was thinking between the Reds and the Brewers.
I think that team is a late run team.
I agree.
They're
To
always
win the
they're always
division.
there, like in the very end, like middle, like
They come out of nowhere,
They're
bro.
like on the cusp.
I'm going to say Cardinals.
Yeah, I think you like the Cardinals. Do you like the Cardinals?
You the Cardinals?
You always say Cardinals.
I like the color.
Do you like Albert Pujols?
But there's literally the team called the Reds.
He said who?
Do you like Yadier Molina?
I like the
is one of the
50-50
goats.
spread.
He is one of the goats.
All right, National League West.
This is the hard
That's
one.
the hardest one.
Bro, there's 3. I'm looking at there's 3 teams right now that like
Don't count out the Diamondbacks, bro. The Diamondbacks count out the
Now the Diamondbacks too. I honestly believe the Diamondbacks slow start, but gonna be a
they,
nasty finish.
Last year they had the best offense in the whole league. They just didn't have the pitching.
Yeah, well, they have Corbin Burns now, but
It's better, but
He hasn't been doing well so
Nah.
far.
a new team,
Yeah.
different atmosphere. You gotta let them click.
especially for pitchers.
I'm going Padres.
Yeah, I can tell you're gonna.
I'm going Padres, man.
I think we're each gonna pick.
They're looking really. Tatis looks like PED Tatis.
I have him on my. Don't say that. I have him on my fantasy. Don't say that.
Well, I forgot he did that, bro.
I think he learned his lesson. I'm saying his playing looks like
Bro.
pre.
The funny. No, you want to hear a funny joke? In my fantasy league, somebody sent me a trade. I have Fernando Tatis. He wanted Fernando Tatis for Trey Turner, just straight up.
Yeah, he's bugging.
Are you drunk?
No,
Yeah, you gotta be super bugging.
no.
Straight up trades make no sense to me unless they're a pitcher and a batter. Then
Go
maybe you
ahead,
can
go
justify
ahead,
it.
Brian.
Frank, yeah.
Go ahead, Frank.
The Giants,
That was my other one.
bro. It's just their team is overall just so good.
I think I'm
bro.
a generational Dodger hater now.
I have the Dodgers.
Yeah, nothing wrong. I'm gonna pick two different ones.
Get out of here.
I want the Padres to
You're
win.
a
though.
disgrace.
I want the Padres to win. Mostly because I think the Padres have the most fire jerseys in the MLB.
Oh,
That's
100%.
just me.
100%. They're definitely top up there.
Only because I made a joke in my head. The Padres.
I knew you were gonna say that. It's something about fathers, wasn't it? No. I'm mad that he said no.
AL East.
No, I'm scared.
AL East. Took your bias aside. I took mine aside.
I can't. I'm looking at this. I'm going to the Yankees.
I think it's gonna be the Blue Jays.
I got the Boston Red Sox.
Get out.
Yeah, you're bugging.
I got the Boston
You're
Red
bugging.
Sox.
You're bugging. You probably might be right, but you're bugging.
I'm between my uncle, who would go for the Red Sox,
Yeah.
and I love me a good pizza party.
Yankees.
The Yankees.
yo, relax.
Food over family.
I'm gonna side with my uncle. I'm gonna
Oh.
say the Red Sox.
Yo.
Oh, I thought you picked the Yankees. My fault.
AL Central.
Detroit Tigers.
I think that's the one. I'm gonna just say that right now. I agree with you. The Detroit Tigers are gonna win. They're gonna win.
I think that's the only reason why Bobby Witt won't win MVP is because he won't have the team won't be in first.
Ooh, that's a good. Oh man, you shot my argument down, dude.
That's a pretty good argument, but I'm gonna still go for the Royals.
Ooh,
I mean, if they win, then he'll win MVP probably.
In wit, we trust.
I like that.
In wit, we win.
If I'm going off of numerical value, I'm gonna say the Tigers.
There you go. We
It's
got
crazy-
one
it's
one
crazy to
different.
think-
One
it's crazy
different.
It's crazy to think that we're saying that.
Yeah.
That the Tigers are.
Bro, they got Glaber. The
Tigers,
Yankee
bro.
fans, Yankee fans
Bro,
better realize
bro.
that he's about to come with a pack
First-
of
first
pack,
of all,
a pack loaded of dingers.
He wasn't gonna be able to do it until he left. That's all I'm gonna say.
I like Glaber. Like if
No, you don't.
I
Don't do that.
I his
I didn't.
his
Oh,
Would
yeah,
you
his-
like me to replay the episode?
his defense was
Garbage.
troubling a lot. Like when they hit the ball to him, I'm like, oh man. But I loved his bat. Like when he was right, the way he hits is my favorite style of hitting. Like he has a little pop, but slap it the other way. He just puts the bat on the ball, gets hits. He had like second half last year, he was our leadoff guy. No complaints with the stick. Just the defense was. Like I said, if they would have signed him, I would have been. I wasn't mad either way if he left or came. Like I have no.
I hear you.
But watching Jazz's defense recently, I'm like, dude, this is what we've been missing for the last like 7 years.
All right, AL West.
I'm going to Angels.
What? My child is back.
Do we each have somebody different?
The Angels.
I doubt it. The Rangers.
The Mariners.
What?
I have a feeling they're gonna click. It's gonna click.
Nah,
I'm hoping
I don't think. I think
for Julio's sake.
I don't like these numbers.
I don't think. Yeah, that's the hardest one for.
I
Like,
tell you,
someone
the
that's-
AL is weak. Like it's like a coin toss. Everyone.
Because it's a lot of like
Weak is
rebuilding
an
going on.
understatement. I'm gonna go with Angels.
It's not. It's
Mike
it's
Trout
safe
is
bet.
back.
Blue, blue, blue.
All right, real quick. World Series predictions.
Oh my God, here we go again.
This is super early, but we're doing them anyway.
No, we're not.
Who's in the World Series, Brian?
Oh wait, I gotta look.
the San Diego Padres
Versus?
versus the Detroit Tigers.
That's a nasty World Series,
Wow,
bro.
that
That's
would
a
be-
nasty
That's an unheard
World.
of World Series.
That
bro.
might be one of the lowest watched World Series. I'm not
That's
gonna
a
lie.
fact. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna make it red versus red. Phillies versus Red Sox.
That's actually so true. It could happen.
Phillies versus Red Sox.
I am saying it into existence. Subway World Series.
Bro,
Mets
that's-
versus Yankees.
If it happens this year,
And
it
I
would
would
be so unexpected.
I would be saving money for that.
I will be going to New York.
He said, "I don't care if I just went to Japan. I'm in there."
Heck no.
I'm in.
I almost went last year to the Yankees, Dodgers.
Mets versus
If it's Subway
Yankees.
Series, Subway Series, I have to go to a game. It's like a bucket list thing.
I mean, imagine you going to watch the Subway Series and the Mets destroy them.
Yep. No matter what, if your team getting smacked,
I'm not gonna lie.
Especially when you go out of state and spend all that
I
money.
paid all this money.
All right, Joseph, this is the best prediction right now. I feel like you got it.
But I got it.
You got it. You're the real wild card.
Yeah.
You're always wild in my eyes.
Behave. I'll just stick with Mets versus Yankees. Only because out of every team, those I just happen to know.
Oh, okay.
Do you know how much good stories would come from that? Soto versus Judge.
Yeah. Storyline wise,
Lindor versus
I
the
think you're like
Yankees.
such
Was he
Wrestling
really
fans?
worth the money?
Lindor versus the Yankees. Clay Holmes versus his old team.
Oh,
Soto should have.
I'm changing my answer. I want it. I want that to happen. Now I say that, and then the Yankees gonna lose, and then my whole like confidence and
Dude,
I'm not gonna
if
lie.
they lose, if that happens and they lose, I'll get you a pizza.
Man, I don't think I'll ever hear the end. Of
I won't.
it,
I
man.
won't. No. No.
wouldn't.
No. I actually wouldn't brag about it that much.
Okay, from your dad.
Nah, I don't think he would either.
Yeah, he would.
If it's a competitive
he would
series,
build
I
a
would
new
not,
room
I
in
would
this
not brag
house
about
just
it.
for
If
the
we
Mets.
sweep,
You know
if
what?
we sweep you in the World Series, or if the Yankees sweep the Mets in the World Series,
if it's
then
another,
then
if it's like
story,
another
bro.
embarrassing loss, I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie.
Take the L with pride.
I won't hear the end of it from my dad.
Oh my, yo,
Every time
my,
he
yeah,
sees
my,
Manny, hey,
my
the
dad-
Yankees, I mean the man, lo ganaron.
well, my dad will be like, ¿Qué pasó con los Yankees? ¿Ah? ¿Qué pasó con los Yankees?
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó que tú eres yanquito?
Porque perdieron Soto y no tienen un dominicano en el
No.
equipo.
No, if I'm there, your dad would look at me and be like, "Y tú?"
Bro, you know how much the viewership for the Mets has gone up just because Juan Soto went to the Mets?
If it happens, most watched MLB World Series of all time,
Probably.
guaranteed.
1,000%.
But either way,
$20.
thank you, Brian, for coming down. This is the end. We will have him back for other stuff. We promise. He's not just a baseball
hope he
guy.
comes back.
Please.
Yeah, we hope Joseph allows him back.
I know other things.
Don't
He
worry.
dabbles.
A sneak peek is he will be helping me find the One Piece.
Yes. Yes.
I'm Manny.
I'm Frank.
I'm still Joseph.
And I'm Brian.
Peace.